Here we go.
His nickname is Superbad.
Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass.
What kind of things do they do in an establishment called Still? Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of them. But
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
there's no reason he shouldn't have qualified. I guess he did crash on it twice.
Throwing
Yes.
that at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
This is the Talkin Moto Podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome. Sorry for the delay, but you are finally listening to the Talkin Moto Podcast presented by MB1 Suspension, and we can't thank them enough for everything that they're doing to help spread the word on the podcast, and it's an awesome deal. We're coming at you live Monday, March 24th, 2014. Toronto Supercross Round 12 in the books. And, so we'd like to thank everyone for coming on board. MB1 Suspension, Fine Tune Motorsports, Moto Kazi, Hardline MX, Minnesota District 23, Spring Creek MX Park, The Bicycle Works, The Damn Bait Shop, The Open Mic Podcast, Northland MX, SKD. I'm Scott, hosting the show, and as always, thanks to Jason and Jeff for giving up their Monday night a little bit later tonight, but thank you guys.
Yeah, I guess you're welcome.
I give it up for you, Scotty.
Because this is what you guys love to do, right?
Yes, sir.
You damn right. I just love the sound of my own voice.
It's what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, yes, I'm the proud new owner of a new iPhone, and it took 2 hours to get in and out of Best Buy, so I thought I would have more than enough time after work. I was mistaken, so that's the reason for the delay.
That's what you get for buying an iPhone at Best Buy.
But cool. All right. Well, hopefully it looks like we got a little chatter going on. Matt, be nice in the chat room, please. The chat room's up, so I think everything's linked. So the only way you should be viewing this is if you're in the chat room. So should just be talkinmoto.com, and the big thing right in the middle. Click here to view podcast and to play in the chat room. So that's it. So hopefully that'll work. I'd like to see how many people we could get in here and hopefully crash it. I think that'd be awesome. So right now we're at 11, so we're going to need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, we're going to have to work a little harder to crash it, I think. But
So
I could dig up all my alter egos.
sign them up. But yeah, hopefully that'll work. I mean, I think it'll be kind of neat. We can kind of interact a little bit more, and maybe if people have questions, they can ask us.
It's the interactive Talkin Moto Podcast.
Yeah, you asked for it, and we got it.
Matt asked for it, and we got it.
Speaking of Matt, this is totally random. Matt, you are one of the winners for the FTM giveaway.
Oh, we're going to do it like that? No presentation, no nothing? You just throw it out there?
Yeah, might as well.
I had a friggin' drum roll ready.
Oh,
We can build suspense for the next name.
okay.
God.
Okay, drum roll, please.
You ruined it. I'm done.
Oh.
I'm not even going to read the next name.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for waiting a half hour. Well, I guess I had to work Saturday, so I didn't get to see any practice. I mean, I was in a factory job, so I mean, I can't even touch a computer. I get like 2 20-minute breaks, and that's it. So I didn't know anything about RV and all that until I came home. So I start the TiVo over, and just so you know, if you start an hour later on the TiVo or DVR and you fast forward through all the commercials, you will get caught up just as the last race ends. Little fun fact for you.
We have some experience with that.
So I don't know. I am not a fan at all of the. You would have to call that a provisional, right?
Yep.
I am not a fan of that at all. And I guess I'm not a huge RV fan. Like, let's say if it were Dungy or anybody else, I'd be like, wow, you are extremely lucky. But since I'm not really a huge RV fan, I think it's kind of BS, to be honest with you.
Well, I did a little research on it today because I, like most fans, I guess, thought that the provisional rule was gone and there was none anymore. So I think a lot of people thought that it was pretty fishy that here's Ryan Villopoto, all of a sudden he's able to take a provisional. But going back and looking through some stuff today, Josh Grant also took a provisional here a couple weeks ago. He did not line up, but he was set to take a provisional. So the new rule is still there. It's still in effect, whether you agree with it or not. I don't like it. I think it's pretty dumb that you're taking a spot from a guy that did try to qualify.
Well,
but I see the reason for it too, I guess, as dumb as I think it is.
no, that's the I looked into that too. You're not taking a spot. He's the 21st pick on the gate, so you're not taking anything away. There's just an extra guy in that heat race.
Yeah, but then why can't we just have extra guys every week? Why are we cutting out privateers that could have qualified for the night show?
Right. Nope.
It's just that it's kind of that whole politics thing again to me. You know, I think it hurts the privateers and that sucks. But
yeah, like I think I don't know. To me, it's qualifying. You failed to qualify, you know, and I kind of think too, like maybe there should be a little, I don't know, like not only did you not try to qualify, you weren't even there, you know, like you didn't even go out and put in a lap to try, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know. I get it's in the rule, but it's just like I'm not a fan of it at all, and I think it's kind of BS, like I said.
Jesus. I think the bigger question here, you know, the rule is there. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. The bigger question here is what mysteriously happened at the hospital? Did somebody check Villopoto's arm for track marks?
Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah, like, was that Reed? I think I went back, and yesterday I watched some of the practice, and you know, I think Reed had said, like, you know, we can't get IVs, and normally something like that, you go to the hospital, they're going to want to...
Well, that's the first thing that they treat you for.
Yeah.
You know, with food poisoning, if you've had any kind of thing like that where you're dehydrated, they're going to put fluid in you. And I noticed that they didn't want to talk about it, it seemed like, when they'd ask... they asked that PR guy from Cowie, you know, what they did, and then they asked Villopoto, and he just pulled a politician move and didn't even answer the question.
Yeah, there was a lot of dodging going on there. I'm not saying that something necessarily happened, but you got to question it a little bit. I honestly didn't even know that it was a rule. Jeff is the one who told me that was actually a rule. I didn't know it was. But you just got to kind of wonder.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think the big thing would be more for outdoors, wouldn't you say? To get, you know... I mean, isn't that I'm no doctor, but isn't that the fastest way to get fluids in is IV, right?
I would definitely think so.
Stupid Kawasaki's. All right. Do we want to, since we're kind of talking about rules, do you want to talk about AC's deal right away?
I guess I don't even know what happened with that, because I saw something today that they were talking about outside assistance.
That's what to me that's outside assistance. I think when your shoulder pops out and you go and they pop it back in and you get back on your bike and take off, I'm like, I think you're done right there.
But I thought outside assistance was it had to do with your bike. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see that really making any big difference because as a guy that's had my shoulders pop out, to just get back on the bike and go, especially at that level, I just didn't see it happening.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of the downer. I see all these things on Facebook today about, oh, football's tough. And it's like, all I see is the AMA guy standing behind him like, what are you doing, you know? But
Well, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to go find a pole somewhere and start ramming his shoulder into it, trying to get it to pop back in? I mean, I think the fishy part is, and like we had talked before, until we actually went back and watched his get off there a couple times, was that at first it seemed like it was the opposite shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. I thought they said he crashed somewhere else, too.
I didn't see that. I saw the one in practice, and he went down at the end of that crash. He landed on his right shoulder.
Yeah.
But we determined by our expert analysis that he must have took a handlebar to the left shoulder before he crashed in order to pop it out, because he got pretty sketchy there and took a few shots to the chest or shoulder area with the handlebars before he finally went down. So it was it had to be his left shoulder that was injured there. But I don't know. Well, what you mean the outside assistance thing? They can get work done on their bike in the mechanics area. That's the only area that they can receive help, right? I mean,
so if he'd made his way into the mechanic area, they could have popped his shoulder back in for him, and he would have been fine.
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, bike or body, maybe that's the area that you need to have work done. Maybe if you need like a mid-moto adjustment, you can see a chiropractor. And
you come in, they just do they do a quick NASCAR arm change.
What did he do? He got 1 point or something, didn't he? Is all or 2 or something?
Yeah, I think he got 1.
She should have only gotten 1.
Yeah, so I think if they take that away, it don't make any difference really. Maybe it will. Who knows? But
I don't know. I honestly, I guess I'd be pissed. Like I guess if you're riding and the guy's arm pops out or shoulder pops out and then he comes back to beat you, that's probably not good. But
what about you look back to like Daytona, either last year or the year before when Stewart went down and had that big yard sale, and then the medics came over to him and kind of like gave him a quick little evaluation or just like talked to him. I mean, could you consider that outside assistance if they gave him a quick little evaluation?
Honestly, I don't think Stewart probably should have got back on his motorcycle after that one.
Yeah, well, except for he tore through the pack and got like 7th or something. I mean, the dude was ripping after that. But I agree. I mean, I don't know that you could consider any kind of medical attention outside assistance. But did they? I guess what happened? I mean, did they rule on it?
I don't think
they didn't. They didn't have to because he didn't finish the race.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't matter. He didn't receive he would have received a point no matter what.
Right.
Well, not if he disqualified, right?
Well, yeah, I guess if he disqualified, then I don't know. I would assume maybe they would pull it away if you got DQ'd.
Yeah, I think it would have been a much bigger issue if he'd actually finished the race, but I'm pretty sure that they're thinking 1 point, whoop-de-doo, we're just not even going to worry about it.
I thought it was kind of funny once he got his shoulder in, he was like, "Oh, I'm king of the world. Let me get back on my bike." And then as soon as he got back on his bike, he's like, "Yeah, I probably can't do anything."
Probably not. It would have we should have just set up an over/under on how long it took to pop out again, because that's what was going to happen if he kept riding.
I was going to say, Jason, you said you've had your shoulder pop out?
Yeah, several times.
And that can't be good, right? The more it comes out, the easier it is each time.
Yep.
Assuming.
Yeah, it actually gets to the point.
Ligaments
it gets to the point where it doesn't even really hurt anymore when it pops out.
I've never had that happen, but what's it like? I mean, is it extremely painful, or is it just more you have no strength?
It's extremely. It's kind of like we were talking about. It's painful while it's out. Once it goes back in, it's like a huge relief. But then like instantly it's a relief, but it gets so sore after that that I don't know. I could never see jumping back on a bike even after the fourth or fifth time mine popped out. So,
what do you think that means for next weekend? Do you think he's going to be all good, or?
I think he'll be all right. I mean, he has access to the best trainers and the best help there is out there. They'll have that thing tightened back up. He'll have some kind of a shoulder brace on, and he'll be good to go for the rest of the year. I could see it being more of a problem in the future. You know, if he keeps going and keeps having problems with it, keeps popping out, you know, eventually he's just going to have to go under the knife and get it fixed. But I don't see it being a problem. What I'm kind of guessing is he'll race this weekend, and then they got 2 weeks off. I'm guessing he'll have it fixed after this weekend, would be my very non-professional medical opinion.
Thank you, Dr. Jason.
Hey, you got to do it last week. I'm doing it this week.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of... My boy Davalos is looking pretty good for the championship then. He can just keep the...
I didn't know he was your boy.
Oh, yeah. I've been on the Davalos bandwagon for a while. Since I saw him on a Suzuki tear up a corner like no one else.
I'm trying to check. I commented on Racer X on what the ruling was for AC's deal, but it's either been deleted or I'm looking at the wrong one. I don't know. But yeah, you're really a Davalos fan, or are you just giving us a hard time?
No, how can you not be a fan of the guy? I mean, what's he ever done?
I'm definitely a fan of Davalos. What's your problem with him?
Yeah, you bag on him all the time, man, but shit, he's doing pretty good.
I'm going to start calling you initials SM here.
Yeah.
The way you're acting.
Whoa. Sadomasochistic?
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, I'm done.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm beating my notes against my desk.
Can you guys hear me typing on my iPad when I'm posting on the chat room or not?
Yes, it's really annoying.
I can't.
No,
I can't.
just kidding.
I was
microphone's too sensitive. Can you also hear me digesting food?
Yes, I can.
You can heal my heartbeat?
Get the salami out of your mouth. Let's talk dirt bikes.
Oh, we're up to. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Jason?
That was not me. I am no longer taking the blame for this.
I
I have not touched a damn thing.
There is beer in the chat room, apparently. Or no, who brought the beer?
Oh, I don't know. Mr. Ham did, apparently. Throw one my way.
Yeah, so obviously now the points for the East guys are pretty tight. Davalos 124, AC's at 120, Baggett's at 100. Did you see his grip, his throttle?
Ripped it clean off.
That thing was destroyed. But
Who's that now? How come I don't...
Baggett?
What the heck happened to him? I can't... Oh, yeah, that's right. He went down off that... Yeah, just off camera there. He went down.
Yeah. Did he get like cross-rutted or something?
I think he hit a tough block. Which is not surprising. That's what seems to be what everyone does. I think he caught a tough block when he was going off that little jump.
Speaking of tough blocks, is that what that one guy did? And is that Heat 1?
The knack-knack?
I think was it Austin Albers? Is that who that was? I was trying to who that was when we were talking about it at the track on Sunday.
Nah, I don't remember who it was.
712 is the number. I didn't get a name.
It was intense, but it ended pretty good considering.
Well, the only way he could have landed better if he would have landed on his bike.
He could have rolled a little better. He didn't quite tuck and roll, but at least he downsided the jump.
Yeah, but the pounding of the helmet saved it.
I know. He's like, I took that as holy balls. I'm
exactly
alive. I'm alive. I can feel everything.
I'm guessing that was like giving himself a pinch.
He'd be
finding
like,
out if he was dreaming or if he was having an out-of-body experience or what.
I would probably, if that happened to me, I'd probably walk back to the pits, change out of my gear, and just go get a beer. I wouldn't even line up for the LCQ. I would just call her quits right there.
I don't think it'd be beer. I think it'd be shots of Jack Daniels.
No chaser.
And no chaser. None necessary.
What did you guys think of the track?
I thought it was
Track of the year.
I agree, and I had no expectations for that track whatsoever. When I first started watching practice, I was like, "You have got to be kidding me!" It looked so awesome in practice, and I thought maybe it wouldn't hold up all that well. And looking at some of the pictures, maybe it didn't hold up as well as it looked like it did on TV, but it still looked like a ton of fun.
Yeah. Yep. And that's exactly what I said too, Jeff. I'm like, man, this is at least from fan side of it, I'm like, this is the best track they've had all year, hands down. And like, I liked how it looked like it rutted up a little bit, but wasn't too bad. And then like that long section, the rhythm section, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that thing seemed like it was a mile long. It was huge, and I guess that stadium is huge. So, but that was, I mean, there was a couple options in there, which was fun, and then the dirt was the dirt was mint from the looks of it.
Yep. And then I think we kind of got a question answered too, Jeff. I think last week you were talking about like how it went up into the stands a little bit, how there wasn't like maybe a step up and then step down coming back in. I thought I thought I heard them say like, since the people are so far back from the track, they could do like the big bowl corners. You know, I'm guessing maybe that's why at least there was no step up last week. Maybe like they're afraid someone's gonna whiskey grip it into the stands. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, that's one of the interesting things about Toronto. As much as I hate the fact that we still go there just so they can call it a world championship, that building is awesome. I mean, they have so much room in there. I mean, the track could have been another third longer if they had the material to do it.
And you know, something that I don't think anyone ever talked about, or we didn't talk about anyway, we didn't complain about it, but the lap times were super short, but the track made up for it. Sure, it was a quick race, but, I mean, normally we'd be complaining if the track was kind of one line in a snooze fest, but being it was a tough track and it was some good racing, the 49-second and 50-second lap times didn't seem to bother me.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I didn't even really think about it. I mean, there was so much going on, and everybody in the chat room was talking about the whoops. I mean, holy crap, those things were incredible. I loved them, except for the fact that they were taking guys out, but it was definitely fun to watch.
Well, it's good to watch the pros struggle on some, obstacles once in a while. It's a good track when you see the best riders in the world having a hard time getting through sections. So.
Yeah, it was funny, towards the end they didn't even look like whoops anymore. They looked like the surface of a alien planet or something.
Well, it's funny because they didn't look overly tough just at first glance. I don't know what made them so tough, but
it was just the way they broke down.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't seem all that big, but I can imagine if the dirt was what I think it was probably super sticky. So going through there, I'm sure it just wanted to steer your bike wherever the rut went.
Yeah, I think as soon as there was any little rut, that's all it was going to take to start to throw you off, and there was no bringing them back.
Sorry for the noise.
What are you? Are you got Pop Rocks or what's going on there?
Maple nut fudge.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't share some things.
Sorry.
That sounds disgusting.
Awesome. Yeah, because that's kind of what I thought too. I mean, there was only 10 or 12 whoops, but man, they were eating people up.
That's what Emmett said. Emmett said it's just 10 little whoops, but people were struggling.
Yeah, because have you guys heard Olenberg went down, right, in the whoops?
Yeah, and I never heard any condition after that.
Broke his collarbone.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah,
No.
no. Last thing I heard was something he couldn't use his phone in Canada, and he'd update us or something when he got back to the U.S. Which
One of his sponsors is a friend of my. Well, I don't know. I guess he grew up with my dad, and he was posting on Facebook the condition of him. So it'd be Lewis Long Racing.
Ah.
That sucks because he was like 11th in points, I thought too. If my
He's having a decent year.
yeah.
I've been impressed with him.
I believe that happened. Yeah, I was gonna say I believe that happened. Matt just said he broke it for the 11th time, but I think he broke it last year too.
Shouldn't it just be a solid steel plate by now?
I was going to say,
Your titanium rod at this point. But
I can hook him up with some rebar. I mean, we can do some work.
Oh man. Let's see here. I don't know if they were talking about this on the show or not, but they sifted all the dirt out or something, got rid of a bunch of the rocks. Because, like, I think I was thinking probably the same way you were, Jason. Like, it's just going to be, like the sponginess that they were talking about, and I just figured it was going to be just crap. But
Yeah, I was expecting Indy all over again. I mean, that's basically what I thought was going to happen.
I also did a little bit of checking as far as like the number of guys to enter 450 versus the number of guys to enter the 250 class. So, what do we got? So 250s, they had 53 entries. In Detroit, they had 54 entries. So I thought, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
450s, so in Detroit, they had 52. And they only had 43 in Toronto.
I blame Canada.
Fucking Canadians.
Whoa. Whoa.
Did I just drop the F-bomb? I'm sorry.
we need to put a delay in here. Here's the bleep.
Yep.
My bad.
I still didn't hear a bleep.
Beep.
Sorry, I had the volume down. It was muffled.
Man, all my notes are just completely jumbled together.
This is awesome right now. They're riding pit bikes on Fast and Loud.
Oh, sweet.
We need to go back down there and show them some real dirt bikes.
I still haven't seen the show, even though I was going to watch it after we came back from their shop.
There's a new one starting in 1 minute.
I'm busy.
So, all right. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not. I was laughing. So, they're doing the guys are all lined up in the gate. This is for Heat 2 of the 250s. I think the chick walks across the front, right? And then they always do like that camera shot from behind the 30.
I know where you're going.
And it's like it's not like just a little pause on her butt, right? I mean, it's just
No.
completely stops. I'm like, oh man.
I felt awkward.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, this is not really happening. I mean, that was any closer, that would have been a colonoscopy.
Turn the volume up really loud on your TV.
This would have been a good topic for later
Oh
in
man.
the show.
But shoot. So yeah, that's what I had for that. I thought that was pretty good. Little Martin, did he make it out of the heat race?
Yes.
He did, but he was like almost last in the first corner. I think I had written down. I seen Zimmer got himself some graphics.
Yeah. Bike was looking good actually, and he was awesome in practice and actually looked good in his heat race too. But I'm not exactly sure what happened in the main.
Because he didn't make it out of his heat. He went through LCQ, I think. And LC snuck it in there. Because I know he was running 6. I'm like, man, he's running awesome. And then it was like, I thought I seen him fall back to like 13th or something. All right, I'm going to make fun of that. Is it Coates? Is that how we say his name?
Paul Coates?
The 9977?
The bloke from Cairo, Georgia, who's from England, actually.
Okay. He's obviously a lot faster than I will ever be. But, like, is he a good candidate for the Ricky Carmichael Road to Supercross? Or is this just bad luck?
Well, he's training at the MTF, I'm sure, or GPF, one of the ones in Cairo. I don't know if they're both there or what, but I mean, I'm guessing he's riding well at the Supercross track. I'm sure he's training with all the other guys that are there.
I see it as just bad luck. I mean, I don't think you can blame the guy for what's happened.
He got run over last weekend when he went down in the first turn.
Yeah.
Basically got ran right into in the back, and this weekend I'm trying to remember. I think he went down off the start, but
he went down off the start, and then in the LCQ, he was about 10 feet short on the triple.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he the one that?
Oh my God!
Is he the one that went running across the plywood after it happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, just left the bike laying there and took off running.
God, that was probably the worst case scenario.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to bad the guy, but it's just like, all right, something. I don't know. Maybe it's.
A lot of guys were coming up short on that triple. That thing was a monster.
Yeah, it was, especially in practice. I mean, it was just wicked.
I watched Weston Pike, who's coming back from a bad back. He came up pretty short in practice, and I mean, he cased it with. He got his wheels over it, but he cased it still pretty good. Kind of at the peak of the landing, both wheels hit, and as soon as he landed, he reached for his back. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of guys making mistakes on it, and he's on a 450, so it had to have been tough on a 250.
Well, didn't they say it was like closer to 75 feet or something like that?
Oh, cripes, it looked longer than that. I guess I don't know.
It looked awesome. I seen well, I know I saw a video of Tedesco and Barsha. I mean, Barsha was like upside down whipping that thing. But
yeah, he posted that on Facebook. That was a pretty sick whip, as the kids would say.
All right. Yeah. Zimmer got 4th in the LCQ.
Uh-huh. Apparently I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention.
So, sponsored by Pro Action. I think I see Clayton. Huh?
Yeah, Clayton shot him some love on Facebook today, I believe it was.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Sorry, guys. I've been off of the grid for 2 days now, so I'm not... normally when I go to work, all I do is, Racer X and Facebook and all that stuff, so...
Yeah, I was the same way with going riding yesterday, and work was just crazy today. I didn't have time to do a whole lot of looking around, so I'm wearing the blindfold right now.
Great. 3 people and none of us know what we're talking about.
Well, what would be any different than any other week? Even if we watch it and read stuff, we don't know what's going on.
That's true.
And some of us still ride dirt bikes, Scott.
In spirit. I ride in spirit.
You missed out on a good time yesterday.
How'd it go? What now? Was this race, or are you just practicing?
I don't like the term practice. Why do we always call it practice? We went riding yesterday. I don't know if you'd call it practice. Because the only thing I practiced was breaking levers, but...
Was there? Did you line up behind a gate and did it drop and did you take off?
Negatory.
Okay.
Negatory.
When I first started riding, I used to crank down my clutch perch all the time. So I mean that thing would tip over. Tink. There it would go. Tink. I'm like, come on. So yeah, took me $100 in clutch levers to figure out the proper way to do that. Keith wants to know where is
I just saw off my clutch levers as soon as I buy them. Clutch and brake.
Whoa. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Jason, can you pronounce where Zimmer's from?
No, because I can't even remember where he's from right now.
Pennsylvania, right?
No, it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna butcher it that bad. He's from North Carolina.
Come on, say it.
Nope, not gonna do it. It's gonna sound like a lady part.
Well, now I'm gonna have to go look. Yes, he's from Lady Part, North Carolina.
Lady? I'm reading all these comments that everyone's making about RV and stuff on the Northland MX Facebook page, and it's pretty interesting about how the rules are somewhat ambiguous about the IVs.
People actually go to that Facebook page?
Owen Reese just posted the AMA Pro Motocross rulebook, and I don't know if that's the same as the Supercross rulebook, but
there it is.
Like I said, there's a little bit of gray area in the whole works, but I don't know. It's hard to say whether it would have been legal if he had gotten an IV. It sounds like if he had gotten an IV and then he gets a release, then he's good to go or something. I don't know.
This is one of those things where I would hire a lawyer to read this and tell me what it means.
Yeah. Well, what would have? I mean, even if he had gotten, I guess Dungey's the only one close to him now in points. So Stewart's quite a ways back yet because he was like 52 down or something going into the weekend. But how about James Stewart? Let's talk about James Stewart.
Oh, do we have to? No, I'm just kidding. Hell yeah, awesome ride for sure. I mean, he looked like he wasn't even human.
I thought I was so pissed when he got he was at least 12th place off the start. We tried to count, but they didn't really show him. But I thought the race was just done. I was just pissed off when that happened. And then it turns out it was one of the best best rides from him in a long time, since Anaheim won, really.
Well, I agree with him. I was, looking over his interview in Racer X today after I woke up here tonight. And, he said best ride in a long time, definitely best ride of the year. So I agree with him. I mean, he was just flat out flying.
I'd like to see the lap times because there had to be times when he was several seconds faster than the leaders per lap.
Oh, yeah, he was just from doing the rhythms that he was doing, he was gaining a second a lap easy. So
I did he wasn't Dungey. I seen Dungey do that in practice, that long rhythm, like that triple quad triple single thing. But so, I mean, he wasn't the only one doing it, but I don't know that Dungey pulled it in the main. I'm guessing he must not have.
I think what made it stand out even more is how Barsha just completely folded. I mean, it's like the guy just fell apart.
Yeah, he was jacking that section up bad. I think he was he going inside and jumping onto that first table and then skipping across? And I mean, I don't know. I mean, from a fan side, that obviously wasn't the way to go. At least jumping, or I don't know if you want to call that a triple, but jumping and then landing on the backside of that first table, I think was the better route. But does that make any sense?
If I could remember how that section even was, yeah, that makes sense.
I'll sit back down. I'm sitting back down.
Stewart was nailing it with that triple single deal. He was killing it. And I saw in practice, I saw Tedesco and some others doing that rhythm too, and it was, it was impressive. They were jumping pretty far onto the backside of that tabletop, but it was funny watching some of them guys treat it like a whoop section.
Yeah.
Parsha was the one I think that came to mind. You were just talking about that, but I seen a few other people just butcher it over and over again, and I don't know. It's nice to see a track that has options for the rhythm lane. It seemed like that one had a lot of different options that you could have went. And it was 2 miles long, so.
Right. Yeah, it's like you could either make up a ton of time or you were going to lose a ton of time.
Yeah, I think once you were out of the rhythm, it was tough to get back into a fast one.
Does anybody want to talk about Stewart jumping over the tough blocks in the rhythm lane?
Oh yeah. I'm surprised not more has been said about that. I can't believe that Emig didn't bring it up because he was the one, I think, when they were doing the little maybe not. No, maybe I'm mistaken. I think it was on Supercross Online. They were talking about the split lane and how you had to stay in one of the lanes.
Yep.
And Stewart was tripling on the right, and then the second triple he cleared over top of the tough blocks to go to the outside. And I thought that was kind of a no-no, but.
Well, it is a no-no. I just think it was, it was kind of a gray area because if he was jumping over one, he was jumping over the last one. But I can't believe that. I mean, maybe there was enough other controversy that people just completely missed it, or maybe people don't know that you're not supposed to do that. But I'm with you. I thought there'd be a lot of talk about that.
Because, yeah, you had to start. You couldn't start on the left side and then jump over to the right.
Well, I mean, don't you think that they have split lanes so seldom that they would probably address that in the track, like the riders' meeting?
Well, every time there's been one this year, they've talked about it in practice or they've talked about it before the race or whatever. So you would think they'd be bringing it up in the riders' meeting.
I don't know. Interesting.
I always think it's kind of suicide that you take a split rhythm section like that and put landmines in the center of it. But, I mean, I get why they do it, I guess. But I think it'd be more entertaining if they just left them out of there and said, go wherever you want.
Yeah, they don't always do. I mean, do they? I guess maybe they do. There's a lot of tracks that have a roller on the inside and have like an option lane, and they don't always have tough blocks on them. I guess that was a full lane that was split, so maybe that was the difference.
Yeah, and I think that is the difference. Anytime they've had a specific split lane, they put the tough blocks in the middle, but, like you say, they don't do it if they just have an extra landing or a roller or whatever.
I'm showing Mr. Stewart's fastest lap in the main was a 50.9.
Where's everyone else at?
Villapoto was 52.4. Dungy was a 51.3. Brayton was a 51.3. Wilson a 51.8. Hahn was a 53.3. Wave 54.1. Short a 52.4. And Pike was a 52.2. But
Real good. Hey, does anyone else hate the Rocky Mountain Fantasy when they screw up your picks again? This is the second time.
They screwed yours up again. I haven't looked at mine, I guess.
They ended up using the same picks from last week.
Really?
I went and I know for a fact that the box, that pops up that says, "Are you sure you wish to submit these picks?" And I click yes or whatever. I mean, I don't know how. It can't be coincidence that it's happened to me twice now. But yeah, so they only gave me 25 points, even though I earned a lot more than that. But I guess I earned 50 at least because I had the wild card right. But I'm not sure if I got Brayton right or not. I think I had him in 5th. How did he finish? Was it 5th or 6th?
Brayton, give me a second. I think Brayton got 5th.
I thought it was looking like a good pick, and pissed me off that they screwed up my picks yet again.
Why would I print off Heat 1?
Not like it really matters. I'm in like 8,000th place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brayton got 4th. Roxon got 5th. But yeah, I don't know. I think I said the same thing that you said, Jeff. It's like I seen Stewart off the start, and I'm like, are you kidding me? He was like last coming into the corner. And I'm like, oh, well, that's over. And I'm like, once again, like, you know, RV's kind of, let's say he's wounded, and their Stewart is again in the back. I'm like, man. But I don't know. I did think it was kind of cool, like, you know, they interviewed him, and he's like, so you think you're back in the championship, or you're even concerned about it? And he's like, nope. You know, kind of because it's like, I mean, really, I mean, something still could happen, I guess, but I mean, at this point, I mean, what else can you do? I mean, if you know, go out and win every one, that's all you can do. And
well, the real question is, I mean, unless Villapoto misses a race or two, he's out. He's not going to catch him in points. But I mean, let's say something were to happen to Villapoto, he's how many behind Dungey? You know, he's not. I mean, obviously it could. It's not over until it's over. So until everyone's mathematically eliminated, and pretty soon, what do we got? Like 4 rounds left. Not going to be too long, and there's going to be a few of them that are going to be eliminated. But hopefully this, I mean, not that I wish anything bad upon anyone, but hopefully this food poisoning drains RV's batteries all week long, and he's struggling again this weekend. It'd be nice to see him finish off the podium again and get this thing tightened up a little bit.
I'm going to guess he's already over it.
yeah.
About halfway through that main event, it looked like he was over it when he was back in 9th, and then all of a sudden turned around and got back to what, 6th?
Oh, I must not be. I thought it was a 23-point lead, but I am. It's 25. He's still got to race up.
Holy crap, I made a move out of the basement this week. I went from being 18,000 and something to 12,000 and something.
Jeez.
On what?
Well, I'm kicking your butt because I'm at like 8,000.
Well, you're a lot smarter than I am.
Are you guys talking about the Rocky Mountain deal?
Yeah.
See, the only trouble I'm having with that is when I go to log in, I have to enter my stuff in twice.
Yeah, I always have to do that too. It always denies me the first time.
Telling you, there's something sketchy about it. It really irritates me that they butchered my picks twice now.
I don't even think I got any, to be honest with you. Hang on, I'm logging in.
What we decided last week, you got to get at least 4 out of the 5 correct in order to even have a shot. Because 108 points won it at Toronto, so.
Oh, shoot. Big old goose egg.
Oh.
Ugh. Sorry, and I'm gonna go ahead and it's my black cloud of luck attacked Brock Tickle. I had him for my 8th place.
Oh, see.
Yeah, apparently I picked him for 5th according to this thing, which I didn't even pick him. That's my pick from this previous time around, so I gave up on them. Screw them. They can keep their tires. I don't need to win them.
How do you know?
Tires are cheap.
Yeah, right.
How do you know what place you're in?
It says on there somewhere if you look at your previous points and standings or whatever. So.
Oh man. I'm 1,289.
1,289?
Yeah, or
Because that would be impressive.
1,289.
Are you sure it's not 12,000?
I'm pretty sure. 1,289.
You're doing all right then.
Well, last week I got 67.
Man, I should probably be calling you for my picks.
Okay, here. Hey, you can scroll down.
I'm gonna pick Stewart though. You got to remember, like Villapoto's kind of nursing that points lead, so he might not win the rest of the year, and he'd be fine with that. So,
Okay, so I missed the first round. So second round in Phoenix, I got 45 points. Anaheim 2, I got 18. I got 25 in Oakland, 25 in Anaheim, 63 in San Diego, 25 in Arlington, 16 in Atlanta, 0 in Indy, 25 in Daytona, 67 last week, and then a giant goose egg this week.
There's no way you could be up that high then.
I'm sure there's a ton of people that play once and then that's it.
Oh.
Well, you just knocked me right back down off my cloud.
Yeah.
I just fell off my high horse and now I'm being dragged behind it.
Oh, shoot.
His nickname is Superbad.
What is going on?
I hope we don't lose everything. I'm going to feel like a jackass.
What kind of things do they do in the establishment?
Are we starting over?
All right. That was a good practice run. Let's start it over from the top.
This is just a giant disaster. What else we got? Love the rhythm. What'd you think of Wilson? I thought he had that heat race in the bag, but not the case.
Oh, that's right. He crashed on that inside split lane.
Yeah.
I
don't know what he got.
had a pretty gnarly hook in it in that berm, or that rut that he was taking. So.
Did he just get off balance, or did he hit? Did he hit the tough block? Did it go that far over?
I think he jumped off the track. Yeah, I think he jumped off the track.
Lucky for Bam.
He runs into tough blocks a lot.
Yeah, he seems to be attracted to him for some reason.
Why do they put them there?
Didn't someone else have a wicked moment on the tough blocks that I'm vaguely remembering? Jason, help me out. I think it was like in the lights LCQ maybe. Someone got super lucky and landed on a tough block, actually.
Well,
it's ringing a bell, but it's a bell that's far off in the distance.
I wish I had a TV right now. I would be watching for that.
I guess when you say that, the only thing I can think of is, I'm going to say his name wrong. Is it the 96? Is that Basaglia or?
Michaelia?
There you go.
It could have been, yeah. I guess I don't remember who it was, but I don't know, man. It seems like it's been a week since I watched that race.
Well, yeah, he crashed. He was running right out front in the main, and then he went down in the whoops, and it was his bike is kind of in the middle, and he's in the fetal position next to the tough blocks, and it's I think he was just kind of waiting and hoping no one would run into him.
Matt's telling us Zimmer did in the whoops, and that might be what I was thinking of, where he got really super sketchy and saved it and came back. I think he went off the track, over the tough block,
yes,
and then on the track.
You're right. Right.
Still made the turn.
And then that was for the final spot in the LCQ.
Yeah. Who was it? Stewart had a big. Was that in the heat race or was that the main when Stewart saved that one? His front tire got so jacked sideways, and somehow he must be stronger than hell, but he saved it going into that turn. Does anyone remember that? You guys suck.
You don't have to remind me.
Oh, sorry.
Well, heck, are we gonna get Matt on the show? Was he coming on?
Yeah, he can. He'll do it. He said he's game.
Are you sure it's game?
I don't know. I could have misheard him.
Because there was this conversation a little earlier that I was kind of starting to wonder.
Oh my God, Caleb chimed in. When did he join?
Yeah, way to jump in on something we talked about an hour ago.
Get with the times, Caleb. Hey, Caleb, tell me why you were in South Dakota. I'm curious. Type it in the chat room.
Oh no.
Nobody cares.
I wonder.
Nobody got time for that.
How come I'm not even friends with him?
Sweet Brown keeps making an
Matt?
appearance.
Yeah.
Can I call him?
See if you can add him. Can you add anybody?
Yeah, I think I can add. people.
I was gonna say maybe we can hit up the old trusty
watch
commercial. Get them in here after that.
We can do that, and when we come back, we'll throw out our second name for our fine-tune giveaway.
Nice.
Someone should tell me how I do it, because I don't really know how to do it.
That's all right. I'll get them in here. Matt.
Oh, I can just type his number in?
Yeah, but we're gonna take a break.
Oh.
So don't bring them in just quite yet.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. We're gonna get Matt in from the chat room. So
I'm going to go use the potty.
Go use the... Yes, go do that. Turn your
Be the
mic
left.
off. Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin Moto Podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin Moto Podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools, so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out Motokazi.com for more details. MB1 Suspensions is the newest sponsor to the Talkin Moto Podcast. Based out of Corona, California, they offer engine, suspension, and coating services. If you're into supercross, motocross, supermoto, freestyle, or step-up, they'll get you set up. So make sure to contact them today online at mb1suspensions.com. And make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin Moto Podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from the Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. Is everybody back? Break's over.
I'm here.
Hot dog!
Hot dog!
All right. Man, I'm really glad we didn't have any of our other guests lined up. It would have been bad.
Yeah, I actually had a guest lined up yesterday, and then I totally dropped the ball and forgot to get his phone number.
Was it who I think it was? The one we had planned?
No. Negative. It was Joe Perrin.
Oh, nice.
Who's going to make an appearance at St. Louis this week. So maybe next week after St. Louis we can get him to come on for a little bit.
Well, that'd be cool. All right. Is Jason back yet?
I'm right here.
Or Jeff? Oh my God.
Yeah, you're like on the same level as my old man now. Doesn't even remember somebody's name.
This is disaster.
It is, but it sure is fun. While we're waiting for Jeff, do we want to do a Motokazi minute?
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
We can. I don't... everything is done now, right?
Oh, I gotta disagree with you. I jumped in on a sweet new deal this week at motokazi.com. I know Jeff did too.
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, it's the Fly Racing Motokazi Contingency Program. it's a hell of a deal. I've never gotten in on this before. I know a lot of people have, but if you haven't, go out there and buy yourself some fly gear and get signed up for this thing. It's super easy to get signed up for, and just go on Motokazi's website. They got all the info there. Check it out. It's awesome. As of today, I am all signed up for it, and I'm pretty fired up about it.
So what, you just you rock the fly gear and you'll get some money out of it? Is that what
Yeah,
that is?
basically just go and order up some fly gear, and they got some new stuff out that's pretty sweet looking. So go order that up. You look for the order or for the entry form on motokazi.com. Send a copy of your receipt, and get hooked up on it.
Nice.
And it works for anywhere you bought your gear too. So if you bought it online,
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you bought it, just as long as you have a receipt for it.
Nice.
it's a sweet deal because what we figured, Jason, if you run 2 classes and you finish on average of like second, and you go to 9 races, you can make like $375.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just, it's fly bucks, so it's good for gear and all that next year, but still
but
the deal.
2 sets of free gear. I mean, can't turn that down. And
I just bought fly gear, I don't know, in early January, and I love it. It's super cheap. I bought the low-end F-16 stuff, and I plan on buying another high-end set. But even their high-end stuff is reasonably priced. I think you can get a pant jersey combo for like $150 or $170.
Yeah, I just ordered up the new kinetic mesh combo on BTO Sports. Got it for $170, and that's with a numbered and lettered jersey and the whole works. So really a sweet deal. And I've never been a fan of fly gear. I've never really liked the way it looked, but they're coming out with some pretty sweet looking stuff. So I'm fired up about it.
Nice. Well, hang on. Should we get
Support the people that are supporting the sport.
How I roll.
nice? All right, here we go. I hope he gave me the right number.
You want me to tell you what it is right now on the podcast?
Hello.
Mr. Sexy's Pizza.
I love that.
Bye. Sip, sip.
See the deep fish combo mambo.
For lunch.
I'm gonna go get some little skeezers right now.
What's going on, Matt?
I'm going to dunk a towel in a hot tub
Nothing.
and take a bite. It'll taste the same.
Is it?
Who are you calling?
Yeah, you calling another one?
Uh-oh. He's got a delay. Someone's got a delay going on.
You want me to tell you what it is right now on the podcast? Hello. What's going? Oh, Matt, you got to turn the podcast off.
Oh. That would be why then.
Is this the first time you've ever called a radio show? Everybody knows you turn your radio down.
I'm surprised. It's
Well, I
not-
want to listen to myself.
It's recorded, Matt. You can hear it tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll hear it later. I'll just replay it later.
I think it's safe to say that Matt is our loyalist listener. Would that be
I'm a diehard.
long-time listener, first-time caller?
That's right.
I was just gonna say, so you guys don't. For those of you who don't know who Matt is, he is my younger brother, Matt Klein. He runs A class up in northern Minnesota. Well, I guess it's like central
In the
Minnesota
sticks.
actually. But what do you run? Like Staples, Cambridge, Little Falls?
Yeah, Brookston once in a while. I haven't been to Mora though in forever because I don't like that place. But
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to say anything bad about the northern tracks. I don't know that I like
they're all
any
way
of.
better than the south ones.
Wow.
All right. If this keeps up, I'm going to have to... I got to scratch something off my notebook now because this isn't happening this year. sorry, Minnesota tracks. I still love you.
I just
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't compare to a lot of places, but they're not bad compared to down south, if that's what you're talking about, Jason.
I'm just not a I think, what is it, Staples? It's just I don't know. I guess I didn't have much fun when we were up there, but that's okay.
It's changed a lot though since probably when you were there.
Well, there's super different tracks. I mean, any of the tracks up north are so different than the ones down here.
Because it's more sandy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Softer dirt for sure.
Let's see.
No ruts, really. Berms.
Yeah.
I want to say someone said that about Brookston. It had a bunch of big, like, bowl turns or something. But I like I said, I've never Staples and Cambridge, and that's it for my north adventures.
Brookston's kind of a lot like Millville in the sense that it's not like sandy. It has some hard pack and ruts, but
I was gonna
rocky too once in a
Brookston's,
while.
to me, like the track that has the dirt that's the most like down here. Because I've ridden,
it definitely
Mora's
does.
pretty hard too. Mora's not real sandy. Parts of it are, but the bulk of the track is harder. But I think Staples is pretty good. Staples is sandy, but I think that's something that if sand is your weak spot or whatever, like it is for me, I think it's good to go up there and get a little riding in.
You
Try to
just
work
have
on that.
you just have sand in your weak spot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Lots of it.
Double.
We had someone chime in on the old chat room, and we haven't even mentioned Bogle yet.
It's true, we haven't.
What? Now you're a Bogle fan, right, Jason?
Yeah. I dig anybody that can smoke a pack of cigarettes and then go out and race. I should clarify, I don't really believe that he does, but the guy sure sounds like he does.
I think he had to do a lot of yelling when he was younger, so he lost his voice.
That could be.
I want to know what's going on with that because him and Kyle Chisholm have the same thing going on with their voices, and I think I want to say Kyle Chisholm's wasn't always that way. I think he got hurt, and that's what happened. So I wish someone who knew something would say something.
I don't know, something.
Smoking's bad for you.
Yeah, I want him to get a trach and start smoking through a trach pipe.
Smoking can cause cancer in the throat.
I think it did already for him. They had to replace his voice box with a robot.
I can't thank
Hey, his
people
wife
that
was on
work
Wheel of
my
Fortune
bike.
one time.
Chisholm's, yeah. Chisholm's wife
Yeah.
is a game show wife. She's been on Wheel of Fortune. She's been on Let's Make a Deal, and then
Yeah.
She's working on the Family Feud.
Price is Right. That's right. She was on Price is Right. She won a car on 2 of them shows too, which
That's how he makes his living.
off his wife,
Yes.
off the game shows.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the racing, Matt?
It was awesome.
The best track of the year?
Definitely was. I'm actually really pumped. I mean, the bad luck kind of sucks for Pro Circuit, but it was nice to see some adversity and see someone else win.
I gotta get out my dictionary. What is adversity?
It's not a city anywhere. It's just a word.
Quit looking at the map.
Roll the maps.
But it definitely was the best track by far. I would have actually liked to ride that track.
That's what me and Jason said.
That's so funny because that's exactly what I was thinking when I first started. It was like, granted, most people would call me on it. I wouldn't have the balls to go ride a track like that, but it looked like any one of us could go out there and ride it and have fun with it.
I would probably single the triple, but other than that, that'd be...
Oh, you couldn't single those triples. Did you see how steep the landings were on the back, or the takeoffs were on the backside?
Oh, yeah.
For like over 90 degrees. It seemed like they were,
inverse.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? What happened to you?
backside.
Like, I flipped over the handlebars, rolling the triple.
Yeah.
I did a front flip. I did whatever that game is on your phone you can get.
Man,
You can do front flips.
I cased the triple and I never even left the ground.
Yeah, dude, you know what? That's BS. We could ride on a track like that. I understand that Supercross tracks are super gnarly, but I think that all of us are skilled enough to double just about everything out there. The finish line would be a little sketchy, I think, because that's a fairly good sized double. But
I'd say it would have to be a track with definitely with dirt like Toronto. I mean, I'd have to.
I think the most intimidating thing would be the rhythms, but
and the whoops would probably swallow me whole.
yeah, that too.
Okay, so let's back this up.
I'd be looking for a new set of forks.
The finish line sketchy, rhythm section sketchy. That's not.
Well, it's always if you're thinking you're going to go out there and triple through it. I would think that you could. The doubles are pretty short. Most of the doubles are probably 30 feet.
I bet I could go out there and throw down a 3-minute lap time, easy.
You'd be at
And beat the 50 guys?
Exactly.
Speaking of a 3-minute lap time, I never thought of it. I don't know. I thought I heard something that the KTM guys, the juniors, they're not allowed to double anything. Did you catch that? Or do you think it's just not possible?
No, I'm sure that's a rule.
Oh, it's possible.
I would say that's a rule, probably.
It's definitely possible for some of them kids, but
God,
I would say it's a good rule.
Those bikes are absolute rocket ships. I just bought one for my son, and it is way too damn fast. So it's I think with those little kids, they got a pretty good power to weight ratio. And they're riding the big ones. They're not even on the minis. They've got the bigger carbs and stuff.
Oh, Nick's calling us out. I knew that would happen. He's knocking us right back down where we were.
What about doing the triple going single double? Is that possible? Because don't you pretty much just roll the first one and then for me it would
double out?
Yeah, just go as fast as I can after the roll and I should be pretty close. I don't know.
I'd just ride around the outside on the plywood.
I'd just pull a
That'd be even
cable
sketchier, though.
the inside.
I would probably scrub the corners. But
Oh, heck. What else we got to chit-chat about?
Stuff.
Oh,
did anyone else see Bogle getting a selfie with Diana Dahlgren
Oh, yeah.
oh,
after the race?
He's my hero.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get his autograph. I'm going to give him a birthday present next year just for that reason.
Jeff, I don't know if this is creepy or not, but I saw that, and the first thing I thought about, I'm like, oh man, I got to do this. So I copied the photo, and kind of like whoever did the Cornelius thing with the Misfit toys from a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I got to get Jeff's face and cover it over Bogle's and post it up on Facebook.
That would have been awesome.
And it's like, I thought about it. I copied the photo. I'm like, it'd probably be weird, so I never did it. That's as far as I got.
Hey, at least it's the top that counts.
Yeah. Let's see.
It would have just made me mad because it wouldn't have been real. So,
Little tease. All right.
she was spilling out in all the right places in that photo. So,
Oh man.
She does in every photo, I think.
What did you guys take the Racer X poll today?
I did. I sure did.
Jason?
I did not.
Do you know?
I'll go take it right now.
Yeah, go take it right now.
I saw it before, but I was not
why do you got to
coherent
say
enough
take a poll? I don't get that.
Hey, you were talking about taking a certain antenna yesterday.
We don't talk about that.
All right.
What happens to your van is just like what happens in Fergus or St. Louis or any other place we go. It stays there.
Oh,
What happens?
What happens in the Vanimal stays in the Vanimal. Duly noted.
All right. So for people that maybe are still listening, the Racer X poll today was, what was the craziest part about the Toronto Supercross? James Stewart goes from 14th to 1st. Villapoto misses all the practice, but because there's a gray area in the rule books, finishes 6th in the main. Justin Bogle, first 250 win. AC pops his shoulder out twice, still tries to ride, loses points lead. Privateer Matt Lemoy, is that how you say his last name? I think so.
Yep.
Lemoyne.
The Heat win, and then just racing in Canada at all.
I didn't think any of those were that crazy. I mean, Stewart's 14th to 1st is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would.
That
If I was gonna vote seriously, I would definitely vote for that. Me personally, I am not a fan of the fact that we still go to Canada to race. So because of that, I voted for that.
I thought it was pretty crazy that Lemoyne did as well as he did because he came out of nowhere, kind of. I mean, who would have thought, after the first few races, That's who I voted for just because I thought it was pretty wild to see him battling with everyone and almost, he won the heat and then caught Davalos after he tipped over or whatever.
I wish there was a write-in.
Yeah. Make up your own.
Yes, it would say Justin Bogle, first 250 Supercross win after smoking a carton of heaters.
Whoa.
They're probably cheaper in Canada, so he might have got 2 cartons.
Could be.
All right. So this is pretty much the same. Let me hop back to that poll. So it was Stewart's pretty much got it. It's got almost 50% of the votes. And then it's AC, then RV, then Lemoyne. So...
I'm not surprised at all by AC's problems because I've kind of been waiting for him to have some issues at all. You got to expect that he's a rookie. He's going to have something happen. And not that this is necessarily a rookie mistake, but, I mean, he did go down in the whoops, which I think caused his shoulder problem. So you could call it a rookie mistake or a mental mistake, as Jeff Emick would call it. So I kind of figured that was bound to happen at some point.
Well, anything is a mistake to Ralph. If your foot comes off wrong, it's a mistake. So
it's a mental mistake.
Yeah.
Ow. All right. So speaking of maybe a mental mistake, and I'm guessing it's got to be somewhere. Somebody has to have it on video. Whatever happened to Tickle. Where is it here? So all I heard is that he broke his back. Just come on, computer, work with me. Did you guys hear anything different?
I didn't.
He had surgery, but that's all I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. What does it say? Suffered an accident while practicing. Blah blah. Injured his T7 vertebrae. Underwent surgery. Let's see. Surgery was successful, and we wish him a speedy and 100% recovery. That was from Hart, so I don't know. That can't be good.
Hopefully he'll be back in time for outdoors, but something like that might not be able to.
And that's kind of the thing with Superbad. I mean, I don't know. So you have surgery on your shoulder. How long are you out with that? I have no idea.
Well, yeah, remember Wilson having that problem 2 years ago to try to defend his title? He had to pull out because he couldn't do it, so he pulled out of the motocross and then had surgery, and he was out the whole year.
Yeah, so
it's hard to say.
I'm guessing if it popped out twice, that's probably not good.
No,
so
that's bad usually.
So I mean, it's not only is his title out now.
Outdoors too,
that's
probably.
You're gonna be out for outdoors. But
did anyone else see Davalos crash in practice? Supposedly had another big crash, or hear about it? Because I just heard about it a little bit, but
I did not see anything.
supposedly he had a big get off in practice again. Yeah, and in Toronto.
Yeah, they're kind of yard sailing it all over. Which, I mean, it's obviously, I don't want to see anyone obviously get hurt, like Tickle or, I mean,
Yeah.
AC is not good, but I mean, that's, I would assume, isn't as big a deal as obviously your back.
Yeah.
Matt, I think we were kind of going back and forth a little bit on our Facebook page about Roxon and where he's going to end up. Did you catch, I don't know if you read that article, and I should have posted it.
The one that Mathis did on Racer X?
I don't think I caught this. This one wasn't on Racer X. It was on...
Or maybe it was his... I don't know. I read it too someplace.
But it was like, there's all these different teams, but like he only can go to like maybe 2 of them. And they're like, one of the things was he's a Red Bull athlete. So that takes, Muscle Milk Honda out.
Yeah.
And it was like he pretty much he could go to Chad Reed's team because, well, Reed's a monster guy, but there's nothing as far as on his bike that says monster. So it was like Monster or RCH, I think was the...
Yeah, and it sounded like RCH was probably the most likely one.
What did you say, Jeff?
I don't think I could see him going to Reed's team because I don't think Reed has the money for that. Because this dude's going to be he'll be writing his own check pretty much.
If I were to bet any money, I'm guessing Wilson's going to Reed's team. I mean, after Reed's little thing on the practice thing, it sounded like they've been talking about this for a while. But
well, is that stuff is that happening between now and outdoors? Because usually they're locked in for the full year, right? I thought they were locked in through all of 2014, so all this would be for next year. Because who switches? I mean,
and else they
switch after outdoors usually.
Yeah.
That's
when the off season.
Nels's thing is Supercross only. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I guess that'd kind of irritate me too. Like if I'm paying you money and you're already, talking to these other guys on where you're going to be next year. But I guess I kind of see both sides of it too.
Well, they see Barsha's going to JGR supposedly. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine. That doesn't seem like a good idea unless Honda doesn't want him. I think I'd stick with Honda because they're going to figure out the bike. That dude's been on Honda since he was 12 years old with that stupid CRF 150 commercial.
I want to ride.
That's funny.
I guess I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot more politics going on than I really probably care to talk about on some of that stuff, But what do we got?
Well, what's the deal too with I believe Brayton, his time is up after this outdoor season too. So maybe him and Barsha are switching places and something kind of like that maybe would happen again, or I don't know.
I guess if I were to pick who'd be out for that team, I mean...
But I think Grant just signed through 2015, I think, so... I think he's got a year deal, unless his is up after this year too, but then they're going to be looking for 2 riders.
I was going to say, Grant, I mean...
Not sure.
He hasn't really done...
No, he's hurt all the time.
Right. I mean, the last thing I can think of that Grant did would be he won, A1, like, is that 2 or 3 years ago?
09.
09.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, he's always hurt, which is a bummer, but...
Well, he only won that race, too, because Reed and Stewart went down.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Hey, calm down.
He would have podiumed still, but yeah, he wouldn't have won, probably.
Remember that race, Scotty? That's when he got the Tough Block cover stuck on his bike?
Yeah.
He was like smoking big time. His wheel was locking up. I mean, it was a hell of a ride, but overshadowed a bit by Stewart and Reed coming together.
But that's how it goes. How it goes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the paycheck's still cashed. So.
This is Jason. Are you still with us?
I'm still.
I think he fell asleep.
No, I don't comment on this kind of stuff because it makes me sound dumber than I already am.
I think I've been doing a good job of sounding stupid all night.
Yeah, but you're better at it than
That's
I
what the show is for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought.
And we got, well, I don't know. We probably are half the people in the chat room. But, got 11 people.
Yeah, I seen 16 at one point.
Nice.
That's not too terrible.
We're a long ways from blowing it up, though.
It's not too bad. I'm all right with that.
But thanks to everybody for jumping in there. It's been fun tonight.
I think it seems to be, well, I mean, as far as I know, it's working. Everyone seems to be behaving nicely, and
Well, I think the login from Facebook's going to keep a lot of the riffraff out if there is any.
you don't have to log in with your Facebook.
If you're riffraffing, we will hunt you down.
You can use Twitter or anything else too, I think.
Yeah.
I have a cattle prod that hasn't been used in a while.
Let's see here. Matt, what did you think?
Sanitized?
What did you think of how that chat room is laid out? Was that seem to function okay?
It's much better, yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Because before I'd type on YouTube, and then I'd sit there and wait, thinking you guys would get it right away, but it doesn't happen right away. Plus, it's hard to keep watching it,
Right.
I imagine, so...
Cool. Yeah, so now, I mean, because before I'd have people go to the YouTube channel, and now that video should have been playing on the left. The only thing is just got to make sure people hit the play button, otherwise you're just going to get the feed of the chat room, but...
Yeah.
We're working on it.
This is a lot better because, if someone else comments on it right away, we can talk with them or you or whoever. A little faster.
I like it. I didn't know if I would. But
I like it. I like it too.
I'm a bit
It was a
distracted by
good
it.
move.
It's like a shiny new object, but
Well, it's awesome when you guys start talking about stuff that I really don't care about or don't feel like I have an opinion on. I jump on the chat room and make myself in.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, too, yeah, and then what I like is, I know sometimes we get to talk, and then, honestly, I might have not even mentioned Bogle's name, Here the dude wins his first race, and we start talking about something else, and then get completely distracted, and then, you just catch that on the chat room, and it's like, oh, yeah, maybe we should say who got his first win ever.
That does happen quite a lot. Like last week after we got done with the show, I literally had 3 things crossed off of a full page of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and we never touched any of it.
Sometimes it's better just to when someone does mention something and then just go off of it.
Yep, just roll with it.
Because you'll remember right away then as soon as someone says something.
I'm going to have to make an effort to watch this race over again on Sunday night or Monday beforehand. I just feel like it was a week ago. Maybe I've had a lot of things going on. I don't know.
Oh, it's been nuts. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
I pretty much started throwing stuff together at like 7:02 when we should have started at 7.
It's all good.
So, but
you want a professional show? Start paying us.
Yeah. Hey, I was ready at 7.
Sure it would get any better.
Oh, I was ready at 7 too. I was sitting here at 6:30 ready to go. That was about the time I got the text from Scott saying he was at Best Buy.
LOL.
Shut up.
Shoot, we got to all right. Did we announce the winners for the fine tune?
Well, you.
That's one of
We got one on the phone.
Let's talk about how that happened because it seems a little fishy.
Let's re-announce it
Okay,
with drum roll and everything.
Wait a minute. We already announced one winner for the fine tune. I have the other one right in front of me. I'm pretty sure the one on the phone is somebody that won something else.
What?
Oh, I thought he picked one and you picked one.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I don't know. Do whatever it is you're doing. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, okay. So how I did it is we had 23 entries on the Talkin Moto Podcast Facebook page. Okay? I told the wife, pick a number between 1 and 23. She picked 9. So the 9th person to reply is the winner. That was you, sir.
Me,
Oh,
sir.
I won. Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't me?
Everyone in
It was
the...
all three of us.
Yep,
It was all
everyone
three of
wins.
us.
Clayton, we're going to need some more stuff. And we also...
Is that legit though? Everyone won?
No.
No.
Oh.
There was
I
only
was gonna say.
there's only 2 things from FTM.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The second winner of the FTM giveaway, and this is going to sound so set up, it's ridiculous. But I honestly closed my eyes, I took a highlighter, and hit a name. And
Did you hit yourself?
No. I missed
Oh.
myself. The second name is Brad Cunningham.
Nice.
That's all I got for that.
Bazinga.
So, what are we gonna do about Bradley though? He's gonna have to get those stickers off of his forks.
Yeah, I know.
Those
It's a little bit.
17 pairs of forks that he has.
It's a little bit of a conflict of interest, and the fact that he admitted to me on Sunday that he's only listened to a total of 5 minutes of this show.
Well, that's not bad. It's something.
You know what? That's 5 minutes more than I've listened to it. So
Oh shoot! I think that was pretty good though. We had a lot of people saw the post, but I don't know why we didn't have more entries. I mean, it's free stuff.
yeah.
Hey, I went hog wild on my tweeting last week.
Nice.
I think I tweeted like 12 times that night. So I might have gotten entered in every one of them. I don't know.
Whatever it takes.
But I think
I tweeted like 50 times and I didn't win.
Hey, do you think Brad will use those bleeders on his air forks?
It's a good question. He will when he switches back to spring forks because he doesn't like the air forks.
I can't wait to use those bleeders. Actually, I've always wanted a pair, never bought them.
I wish I was factory enough to have 6 different forks to try out if I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I needed to bring a gun case with me with my spare suspension in it. No, those bleeders are actually pretty sweet. The only problem is when you put them on, make sure you don't tighten them down too much with the old wrench because they break off very easy.
Yeah.
I speak from experience.
Just
I've
snug
broken
'em.
several.
And then you're after if they break off. I mean, they have a rubber O-ring, right? So you don't need to get them too tight.
Yeah, they're all right. I just, stuck a screwdriver in there and threaded it
So
back
you're
out.
saying like 7 pounds of torque is too much, probably?
I think that's too much.
I'm thinking if you get the torque
Alright.
out, you're doing it wrong.
I think finger tight is pretty close to good.
I love that.
oh shoot. Let's see here. And then Jason, I will try to get you this person's address. But I believe this Emily is the winner of the Spring Creek tickets.
Woo!
Oh, son of a... It was all rigged.
What's her last name, Scotty?
We'll leave that part out. I'm not good with names. And same.
I've noticed.
Well, how bad could it be?
Hang on.
Sound it out.
Nope.
He's gonna type it into the.
He couldn't pronounce Entignap.
Take a nap.
That one's easy because he just sound it out as it's spelled.
Oh. Let's see. All right, that's done.
For those who did not win, don't fret. I have a pile of tickets to give away. So
So you doing another drawing next week?
we will be doing something else.
We're gonna have to do it on Facebook, though. I think.
Yeah.
I agree, definitely.
Yep, we definitely have a little bit more.
Yep.
And I don't know if a lot of people maybe aren't on Twitter, or if you're not checking it, you're going to miss it, you know what I mean? Since it flips up so many times, and then obviously people comment on it, it's going to keep bringing it back up, so.
Well, Owen's going to give us a class on how to operate Twitter, so.
Nice.
Twitter's on the way out. Yeah, type.
We lost the listener. He's never gonna listen again.
That's a shame. That's a damn.
I think Facebook though, you'll probably draw more people though. I would imagine.
Yep, definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean, then you got, our Facebook, then when you guys tag or post it, then you got all those people, the districts,
Yep.
The Northland MX. How many guys you got now, Jason?
Oh, crapes, we're up to like 109, I think now.
Nice.
Had a good week. I added over 90 people this week. So that's pretty sweet. The only thing is, I don't know if people realize that you can post stuff in there too. It's not just for me, so have at her. It'd be pretty sweet to see that thing blow up a little bit.
I commented on something you posted once.
Ooh, I feel loved.
Good job.
I feel loved.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, fellas, I don't have anything else. We certainly can keep talking smart. I have no problem.
No, we haven't even talked about Jesse Wentland's 14th place.
Ooh.
That's true. We have not.
He qualified through his heat race too, which is pretty sweet.
And you know what? He did get quite a bit of TV time too, especially in the practice.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I thought there was supposed to be some information on him. Maybe they did. Supercross Online was talking about getting an interview with him in Toronto because he's going to Canada for the Nationals. So I didn't watch it, but maybe if you guys go online, you could read about. I'm sure it's on there somewhere.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So, but they did show him quite a bit in practice. I guess I wasn't surprised with that. But he's in the A group now, which is cool. That's got to be a good place to be for practice.
17th in points.
What?
He's moving up.
Not too shabby.
Another RSR update. We saw RSR team owner Rick Schugel riding at Cedar Lake yesterday. That was pretty sweet.
Did you?
Speaking of that team, why wasn't Williams up in Canada?
It's a good question. Have not nailed down the pertinence on that one.
We do not know.
No. I was wondering that myself.
Maybe he stopped in customs.
Stupid customs.
That's the thing. What happened a couple years ago? Wilson got stuck up there, and I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's just stupid to go to Canada.
I liked Chad Reed's comments on that when they were talking to him about Wilson getting stuck up there. He goes, "You know what? After this week, we're done with him. So if they keep him, they can have him."
What do they mean?
It's pretty sad though that we go to Canada and it's the best track of the year, and now we're not going, and everyone hates going up there.
They're not going up next year?
No,
When did that happen?
I think that was the last time they were going up there.
You know what? I think we're missing out on a huge opportunity. I don't know if anybody's been following the Vikings Stadium at all, but I have been because that's one of our big projects at work. And there's a webcam where you can watch the whole project 24 hours a day. And right now, in the middle, you could build one hell of a supercross track.
Now, is it having a roof or is this open?
It's retractable.
Yeah,
retractable.
Okay.
All it's going to take is one good storm, and it's going to be an open stadium because the roof is all glass. So,
see, because I can't remember. I remember this was when we still lived up there. I think it was like, oh, this is what the whatever stadium would look like, and it had a supercross track. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, and that'll never happen, because I'm thinking because at that time I thought it was still going to be an open stadium. So I'm like, okay, so they're going to be in Minnesota in what, middle of March, whenever it would be, It's like, that's not going to happen. It'll be like 30 below. That's all I got.
We could still ride outside, just stud the tires.
Speaking of studding the tires, did you guys get a little weather this morning?
we got some snow.
You guys all know Joe Mueller. I don't know where he was at, but he's got I think a semi must have rear-ended him. And his car is up against the guardrail. So he's got his phone out and he's walking, on the other side of the guardrail, but walking up traffic. And you just see all these people, they're coming and they're trying to slow down and they're going sideways and just ramming into each other. It was a giant mess. That's all I got.
Sounds like a bad day.
That's all I got.
That dude was fast. Whatever happened to him?
Not sure.
We got a surprise
No
guest
comment.
on the show right now.
Uh-oh.
My boy just walked in here with some sort of present for me. Hey, do you want to tell everyone what we got you today? Tell everyone what you got today. You're talking to a bunch of people here. Just start talking.
Oh, don't tell him that. Hi.
I got new gear.
Nice.
What kind of gear did you get, Thor?
Gear. Answer.
Oh, nice. I like it.
We got him all set up at Bob's today, so that was kind of fun. Go have him go up there and try on new gear. He's already into the expensive stuff too.
Nice.
So, all of a sudden, this racing is gonna get real pricey here.
You just have one son, right?
Yep. Yep, I'm all tapped out with one. So.
Shoot, I thought I had something else. Nothing. I got nothing.
Nothing.
No, sorry guys. It's been.
What happened? This is the best race of the year. We got nothing.
It's not that we don't have nothing. It's just been so much crap going on this last week. Everything has just been a giant kind of cluster.
Scott's still looking for the exit. He's still wandering around Best Buy. He can't figure out how to get it.
He just used their computers and stuff at Best Buy.
Let me just rig this up quick.
Here's my Best Buy card. Tell me how much fun I can have before I have to go home. But, yeah. So.
Is it outdoors yet? I'm ready to ride outside.
I know, me too. I love Cedar Lake, but I'm just itching to get outside.
What's the track like there, Jason? It's pretty safe, right? It's really nothing too sketchy.
It's definitely not too sketchy. It's a ton of fun though. It's new layout for this week, and it's definitely a little more technical than the last track, in my opinion. But still, just a ton of fun. Maybe Jeff can comment too, because he's been there once or twice.
Yeah.
I don't have a comment.
Track was awesome.
Are they still doing races is it once a month?
Races are done for the year, but they did extend the season again into the middle of April since the weather's been so crappy.
Holy cow. We had 145 hits on our website tonight.
Ooh.
Nice job.
Nice.
I should
Killing it.
I should take a screenshot. The stats on our website look like a set of whoops. and I can tell you when our podcast is, because obviously in the time, like it says it's March 25th, 2:15 in the morning. I don't know why. But
it's because we broadcast from England.
So, yeah, it's just like I can tell, okay, here's Monday, this is Tuesday, obviously, and it's just up and down.
We transmit from the top of the Eiffel Tower.
That's an idea. So, but, yeah. We're trying, what else we got?
We're going to outdo Mathis' podcast pretty soon, so.
I hope so.
What the heck is Nick Jackson talking about?
About what?
He said word on the street is they're having 2 Atlanta rounds and there will be only 2 Anaheims next year as well.
Is that because they're getting rid of Toronto, Nick?
Who is your source? Why would you say such a thing? But but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd agree that like 3 of them is kind of. I don't know.
That's too many.
It would be sweet if I lived in California because I could tell you I'd go to every one of them. But like, I kind of think that maybe I'd have to assume maybe the guys are tired of it, or maybe they don't because they're you'd have to say what 80% of the people that ride that's where they're from. Would you say is that a wrong stat?
I would say that's about right.
So
12 months of the year, ride there, might as well live there, I guess.
Oh, shoot. When is that dome going to be done, Jason?
I believe 2016.
I was going to make fun of it on Facebook the other day, but I decided not to.
They're still in the process of tearing the Metrodome down. I mean, it's all gone, but they're still digging out footings and everything. So
didn't they implode it not too long ago?
Parts of it. They didn't do the whole thing, but some of it they had to. If you're looking for some entertainment, jump on there at like 6:30 in the morning and watch it, because they have the big thing in the construction industry now is to have the workers stretch and everything before they go to work in the morning. So they have every guy.
Do some hot yoga.
They have every guy that's working on that job out there in their vests and hard hats. You can see them plain as day from the webcam, and they're out there doing their stretches. It's funny as hell.
That reminds me of.
We make fun of them every morning.
That reminds me of old Montgomery Burns having the workers do calisthenics before.
That's exactly what it's like.
Whoa.
I love it.
What, I'm reading the chat room here, and I'm getting, sounds like we might have some interested sponsors or something along those lines.
From who?
Well, Logan Art's looking for, I don't know what he does, but you just posted, he does some videos.
Yeah, so Logan, he's pretty much from my hometown in Windham. We lived out in the country, so like anyone within like a 5-mile radius, I would consider my neighbor. So he's our neighbor. But yeah, he's got this. It's called Logan's Farm, and he plays little video games. He also likes to blow things up. So it's pretty entertaining. I was gonna see if.
I'll have to scope that out.
Yeah. He's got a he's got a couple videos that are pretty funny. He does I'd be no good at this, but he does like beer reviews are pretty good. Throw some cooking stuff on there. He's got a little bit of everything on there, so let's see if I can't get a link up for him.
Speaking of videos, Jeff, I was watching that video that we saw the other night at work this morning. I was crying again. I was laughing so hard.
Let's see. What do you?
Hey, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
To answer your question, Matt, yes, I will put any graphics on my bike right now. I'm still rocking graphics that say BVR on them because of
Biver.
I will take mine off my bike and stick them to your bike.
That will work perfect.
They should fit.
You got to leave his back fender with nothing on it though, because I'm gonna put ink on my butt cheeks and then sit on it. And you have to run that for the ear.
Whoa! Is it after 9 o'clock?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Okay, we're good.
We can do that.
As long as we're giving out plugs here on the chat room, folks, probably should say something about Nick too. He's what is it, Black Diamond MX? I don't know what the website is, but he's the graphics guy.
It's pretty simple.
Is it just graphics.com?
I believe it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
So go to him for your graphics.
And I think since we're doing that, this is open, and I think this is a good idea. And I'm hoping it's only going to go up from here as far as people checking in on the chat room. If anyone out there wants to sponsor the chat room, we'll get you up there. Nice link. It's only 11 people. That's weird, though, that it said we had 145 things to the website. So.
Does it go by comments?
No, it's
No.
a separate deal. But
Well, one thing I want to talk about, fellas, that I've been meaning to talk about for 3 weeks now, but I keep forgetting. I posted this on the District 23 Facebook page. Basically, what I'm looking to do is I want to get out in Minnesota and ride these tracks, and just looking for some invites from the people that own them and run them. I've gotten a couple of invites, but not near as many as I want or expected. So if you're listening and you run a track in this state, get a hold of me, because love to come up, check your place out, and give you a plug on the show.
nice. Nope, I think that's
How about
cool.
that Moto 108 or MX 108 or whatever? That place, I've heard it's really good, but I've never been there.
This is something I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
It's up north.
It's up by like
Sturgeon Lake.
Duluth kind of that way.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I don't know. Christian Craig rode there a bunch last year. A bunch of guys from down there, Loberg, all them guys rode up there. Guess it's a pretty sweet place. I've seen videos and stuff of it. It looks like an awesome track, but
Just so for the record too, it's actually, you got to spell out Black Diamond MX for Nick's website, and that's all I got on that. But the Moto 108, that's where I bought that KTM for my son. It was up in Sturgeon Lake, and apparently it's right there. So it's a couple hours north of here, but
I'll definitely have to check it out.
So
I don't know if they're open like regular hours either, but.
I think they're open most weekends. Anyway,
is this more private tracks you're looking at, Jason, or?
Oh, I don't really care, and it's not necessarily just tracks, you know. I'm thinking tracks definitely, but also sponsors, you know. Anybody that's out there that has anything to do with moto, if you're having a big event at your store or having a sale or whatever, invite us up. We'll come hang out and give you a little coverage, and, you know, trying to take the show on the road a little bit.
Be good. Nope. Yeah.
Put some gas through the old Vanimal.
How's this gonna affect my race day naps?
Well, yesterday you didn't take any naps except for out on the track, so I was thinking maybe we were over that.
You should have waited till I got home, man. I crashed hard last night. That was one tough day of riding for me. I don't know what it was, but
I crashed hard last night too, and I crashed even worse today. Today was a rough day. I mean, I felt like I was drinking all weekend today.
It was rough, but I think my arm pump issues, I'm hoping like heck they're gone, because that was the best I've ridden in a long time. And
better knock on some wood.
I don't have any wood here, believe it or not.
Oh,
I do.
That's
technically you can knock on anything if you say it, then it works. Good to go.
I just made the dog bark.
So yeah, what are we at? We got two. I got three before. I'll keep everyone informed on how the big race is going to go, because hopefully people care, which I'm sure they don't. But I'm heading to Indiana in 3 weeks or 2. No. 3 weeks.
Jeff's gonna show up and he's gonna be the only one there.
I'm gonna miss it by a week. April 12th and 13th, I'm heading down there to do a little area qualifier. So
3 weeks.
Yep, that should be fun. So looking forward to that. Spend a little weekend with my family. A lot of time driving.
I'm still hoping to join you. We'll see what happens.
So now, so here's the plan: is Jeff's going one way, Jason's going the other, and so
we hope we meet at the same place.
So which the next place would be Loretta's, right? Because your regionals are going to be 2 different ones, right?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to, I'm pretty confident that the track will be, it looks easy. I've watched plenty of YouTube videos on it and studied up on it, so it looks like a pretty tame track, and the dirt looks similar to what we have here, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just going to be a matter of getting over the nerves of racing a new crowd of people. But that's going to be true for everywhere we go, so
now, wasn't it? It's still the same kind of like what Nick was talking about a couple weeks ago. Is you could be racing, obviously, say there's 40 guys, but not necessarily all 40 did the paperwork or trying to go to Loretta's, right?
Yeah, the area qualifier for sure. There won't be 40, but there might be, 15 in the class, and they take top 8. And so, but not all of them are going to be trying to qualify. So it works out to, if only 6 people are trying to qualify, I think all you got to do is start, and you're good.
Yeah, you could finish 30th out of 40, but you could be like the third dude qualifying, and you qualify third, not 30th.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Which
Because
is
people
nice,
just pay the $30 to race, just to race and practice.
That's only
whatever.
true for the area, though. When you get to the regional, that's a regular race.
Yeah,
that's just a regional.
Yeah.
And then
unless you're in the A class, like the pro sport, because they pay pro-am money and points.
Okay.
There's a little difference for some of that, but
there'll be some guys there that are just there for their points and not going to Loretta.
some. And then at the area, there's usually guys always racing that may not be qualifying because it is a pro-am, because there's a $3,000 purse.
Yeah.
So then there's only like 10 that are qualifying, and the rest are not. So.
Well, it should be an interesting experience, and I hope like heck that both of us make it, because that would be awesome. But if we don't, I'm kind of thinking that next year's an option too, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel any need to move up to A class, and if I can still stay competitive in that, or if I can't quite get there, this year in the 30 BC group, I'm going to stick with it, I think. But
Just go to A, quit sandbagging.
see, it's not though. The problem with A is if I jumped up to A, there'd be
Changes class.
we'd be racing 3 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be dropping in the same group, but I'd be racing the 3 guys that are, the 2 guys that are in A that race. At least in B, there's like 12 of us.
Yeah, and I've talked to a lot of vet riders that have told me that they wish that, the guys that have moved themselves up to A, they tell me that they wish they'd never done it because B class was so much more competitive.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's not like I'm dominating or anything, so it's not like it's,
Yeah, leaving that up to me.
Yeah.
How
Why I'm
did,
switching regions so that you can dominate. And
did you guys get bumped up, or did you move up from C to B?
I got bumped.
I got bumped.
I did not get bumped. I moved myself.
I don't know how I got bumped because I raced like 2 races at Elko that year, and they bumped me. So.
Oh, that's
But-
back when they were doing like the
RPV or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that might be about the time that I was mowing you over, Scotty.
Yeah. Jerk.
In turns. So.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay, fine. So yeah, that's my plans, man. Anyone else? I see there's some people talking about going down south in the chat room, and if you guys are going to do that and you want some company, I would suggest maybe throwing it up on the Northland MX page, and maybe you can get a little convoy of Minnesotans rolling down there.
Jason, do you got 2 different Facebook pages now for that?
Well, the other one was a huge embarrassing failure, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay.
Is that Racing Jason?
I'm gonna get rid of that one. So the Northland MX one is definitely a lot more popular, and hopefully it continues to gain in popularity, because that's what it's all about, is just trying to get people together, so we're not making these trips alone.
Oh, and I just asked because I think I have it on our website, but it was the Team J-Law, so we'll switch that around. We were kind of working on the logo, so the link will be up on the Talkin Moto website, but I think right now it links not to the Northland MX, so I will switch that. I think it links to the 552.
Don't do that, because I'm going to get rid of that one. Because that's not even my number anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's going 2-digit.
I know.
Back in the
Where's
day
that?
when you couldn't even get a 3-digit number, how cool was that? You
Have
go
a
sign
letter?
up. You go sign up for your first time ever in district, and they give you like X51 or whatever I got because they were out of 3-digit numbers. Those were the good old days.
I was C82. Okay, so here's my district.
Bingo.
What?
There's a C in bingo.
Bingo.
So my first ever district number was 882. And then I broke my foot, and I'm like, I'm done racing. And then I made it a couple months, I think, after I got back. Then I went and signed up again, and I think I was X36. And then I think it went X36 to C82, and then I had my 937.
Did you just say you broke your foot and was going to quit riding?
Yeah, I broke my foot, and I'm like, I'm done riding.
I broke my foot on Sunday at Elko and raced on Thursday at like some little rinky-dink place somewhere.
Yeah, no.
It was a fair race.
Yeah, where
I
was
was there.
that? I rode your bike.
It was yeah, you rode my bike. Where the heck was that?
I don't know. It was
I don't know. I came down for it, and I can't remember where it was.
It wasn't Bird Island, but it was somewhere out there.
No.
I broke my nose at Faribault on a Thursday night and raced Elko that Sunday and broke my collarbone.
Nice.
That was
Did you blame it on the broken nose?
That was a good week.
Yeah, no, there was no racing for me, Jeff. I think I dislocated my ankle, and pretty much the arch of your foot, or my left foot now is almost completely flat. So it was, I think we pretty much shattered like the middle of my foot.
Mine was pretty weak. I mean, it was at Elko that I did it, and I landed hard off the power mat double, and my left foot, like just my toes were on the pegs, and when I landed, my foot, I was wearing the worst boots ever, and my foot flexed so bad that my heel jammed into the ground as I landed. and it broke my talus, the big bone in your foot.
Okay.
And then I missed Monday night. I missed the Farmington Supercross, which I was pissed about because it's like the first time they were doing it, and it was my hometown, and everyone I knew was racing in it, and I had to miss that. The only thing that was cool about it is I got a handicap sticker on my pit bike, so I got to ride around everywhere in the pits.
Wasn't that when Grant and Weimer were there?
Yep, I think that was the year those guys were there. But
Pretty sure it was.
I was
bummer,
there.
But then we went and did that one.
And Jason was there.
Yeah. Were you right? Were we friends then?
No, I think we were still enemies.
Oh, we might have been.
What did he take you out in the first turn or something?
No, me and Jeff have a history.
We haven't always been friends.
That goes back way before moto.
Steal your girlfriend? I get it.
Yeah, he's married to her.
You can have her. I'm about done with her.
Oh, jeez.
I better not say that. I'm just kidding.
Well, and that's our show. Thanks for listening. Someone
Watch the news. You'll see that I got murdered over there.
Someone send the cops to Farmington. Caleb.
Go ahead. I'm not in Farmington.
Yeah, they'll come here.
She's going to frame Jason.
Hey, 2 more members on Northland MX right now.
Yeah, I just saw that
Thanks,
Dave
guys.
Williams didn't know about him, so he sent an invite.
Yep.
So there you go.
Awesome.
Things are happening.
And here we go. So let's try this. Save. I think I got the link switched over too on the website. So it still says Team J Law, but it should link you to the Northland, which we'll have to get that logo dialed in, and we'll get that link fixed too. So
Yep. I'm hard to get along with.
it's okay. All right, boys, that's about it. I don't know if you got anything else. Hopefully, this week we can get things figured out.
You know,
I'll bring up what I was going to bring up next week if I get the chance to be on.
Oh, you can keep going.
we've
If you
been-
Bring it up in the chat room, too.
Huh?
You can bring it up in the chat room, too, if you want to do, but...
Well, what were you going
I
to bring
could.
up?
Well, I was going to say something about what do you guys think of the amateur kids coming up right now, the top A riders, the few that are like Chris Aldridge, Aaron Plessinger, and because they're going to be going pro after Loretta's this year. And just if you have been following any of it with the Spring Nationals been going on right now.
I don't follow much of that stuff. You're kind of an expert on that.
But Chris Aldridge is basically flying and killing everyone. So is Aaron Plessinger. But they're going to be good, I think, when they come up.
Is one of those Team Green rider?
Yeah, Chris Aldridge is now. Yep.
Is he the kid that won the Super Minis at Monster Cup?
No,
Do you know who?
that's Austin Faulkner. He's still on a Super Mini.
Oh, okay.
That Thomas Covington's going to be damn good, too, when he comes over here. He ran really well in the GPs that he was running. He ran third over in Qatar for a while.
Well, he's originally from here. I don't know what he's doing over
He's
there, I
from
guess.
Alabama.
Yeah.
He's just over there getting his feet
Getting
wet.
his feet wet, yeah.
For Nationals this summer. So he's running pro circuit, so he'll be another one. They're going to have like 16 riders, I think, this year.
I know. But that Aaron Plessinger, though, he won a couple arena crosses, and he won a title at the James Stewart Spring National at Freestone. 2 at the A Pro Sport he won.
Why is he going
But he's got-
here amateur? I don't get that. I mean, he's obviously good enough. Why doesn't he get out there this summer for the Nationals? That'd be my question.
I don't know. Yeah, Jerry Robin, he moved up to A. He broke his collarbone at Freestone, but he raced at Oak Hill too, first A race.
Oh, it's a Talkin
So he-
Moto curse.
It can't
He
be any
moved up.
worse than the Racer X curse.
That's
Hey, we
true.
could probably get him on here now that he's laid up.
Yeah, now you can't go anywhere.
But that Aaron Plessinger, he's kind of got a different background than most kids racing because he did a lot of or hare scramble enduro stuff because that's what his dad did, and he kind of just got into moto a couple years ago, doing it full time, and he's already top amateur riding for the Star Racing Yamalube team.
Look at this. We're going to blow up this chat room yet. We got 17 people in here.
Why am I showing 9?
I only
I
got
went
9.
from 17 to 9.
I must be in the wrong chat room.
You know what? I got disconnected because of inactivity, so I need to be more active.
Yeah, I think if you don't do anything for 15 minutes, it.
Yeah.
How did I end up on bumpinguglies.com? This is clearly the wrong chat room.
You want to send that link over, please?
And done.
Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting, Matt, that dude's doing so well, being his background. But, I mean, if you're on a dirt bike obviously he's been on a dirt bike for a while.
Forever, yeah.
I'm sure he's done his fair share of moto back in the day, but.
Watching him in some of the arena crosses, he looks, for not really doing them. He's probably been practicing on them, but he looks good, and I think he's already done enough races for that. So maybe he won't do Loretta's. Maybe he'll skip and start nationals. I don't know. Yeah, Chris Aldridge though, man, that kid, you don't hear about him because he kind of just hides low. Like in California, he's from California, and he just hides out over there until the nationals come, and he hits up a few and goes and dominates, and then you don't see him again. But he's fast. I mean, kid rips.
I always wondered how kids did that, because that's kind of what Wentland used to do. You'd never see him like normally for the district races, and then Millville would roll around, and he'd come out of nowhere and just smoke everyone.
Dominate.
It's like, how do you practice for racing if you're not? I guess to me it seems like it'd be a lot easier to get faster by racing, every weekend. But maybe these guys have something. I suppose they go to practice facilities or whatever, and that's where they get good. But that's my problem. When I practice, I never go as fast as I can because it's just practice. So I don't ever seem to get any better. But.
And you ride with slow people.
Well, it helped, I think, to be out there in A-Class at Cedar Lake. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that helps a ton. I think that's helped me more in the last few weeks than anything.
It was
get
fun
out there
to
and
watch.
see how fast people are still going. And
I don't know who that dude was, but I had the most fun there. I think it was like 774 on a Honda, and it was just so much fun matching him lap for lap, being right there on him the entire time. And you didn't even, all you thought about was hitting your lines and keeping your speed up. And before I knew it, we were six laps into it or so. And I'm like, man, we're freaking flying. And granted, we're not really flying that fast, but.
And then you were like, I don't have arm pump.
Yeah, it's like, well, I noticed that the first time out. So I don't know I'm sure people if they weren't listening last time around, I think we were talking about it, but.
I think everyone listens to this show, Jeff.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
As you remember then, last week I talked about how I quit drinking caffeine, hoping that it would help with my arm pump issues, and I think it made a big difference because I didn't get it at all.
I think it's all in your head.
You know what? If it is, that's fine, but, I mean, if this gives me the mental advantage that I need, then that's fine too.
I heard that adds like 10 horsepower too.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that you really liked the track yesterday, and that it seemed like there was a ton of traction out there, and I think the track was very easy to ride yesterday, and I know that always makes a big difference for me when I can just loosen up and just let go. That makes a huge difference. I've never struggled from arm pump really, so I guess I can't talk too much about it, but even my nagging little injuries seem to go away when I like the track and I'm having fun.
Nice.
Wish I could ride.
All right, well, F you guys then. I'm going to start drinking caffeine again.
Caffeine is the only reason I'm awake right now.
Because I miss my Mountain Dews.
You know what? I haven't had okay. I say soda. Of course, sometimes I say pop. So whatever you guys want.
You also say Melville too.
Yeah, no. See, oh god, oh god.
You did that to yourself.
And so I haven't had a soda in I think 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
You'll fit right in if you go down. Well, no, you won't actually.
I
If
don't
you go to Texas, everything's a Coke. So don't say pop down there.
I do really well with not drinking pop, no chew, none of that stuff until I get to the track, and then it's like I have to have a tin of chew and I have to have Mountain Dew with me.
That's your routine.
It is.
Ah, shoot.
That's your pre-moto like dinner, like
It is.
to get you going.
It's my post-moto.
Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Either way.
Oh god, I'm still here.
What happened?
Are you getting kicked out of stuff because of inactivity?
Oh, I saved it.
All right, gentlemen, I guess I don't got nothing. I got a movie to go watch with my boy, so.
I need to go see Peas.
All right. Well,
I'm good to go.
sweet. Well, thanks for everyone that kind of chimed in on the chat room. Sorry the show was kind of I don't know. I think I had fun with it, you know. But
I think we did all right considering nobody was prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just
Hey, Jason, I have to tell you that Laura is going to unfriend you on Facebook because you broke my gear bag.
What? That was not my fault.
Hey, it happened while you were holding it.
I'm not going to tell you why I'm mad at you. I'm just going to unfriend you on Facebook.
Oh,
Be prepared.
son of a bitch.
good. It's gonna make room for some of my other friends.
That's going to be awkward
Oh.
because I gave you up to Jason a few minutes ago.
That's true.
Now you guys aren't friends anymore.
You don't know this, but you were moving in tomorrow. Till that just happened.
I had kicked you out of the house. And
I was... I'm ready to pack my bags, really, after today.
Time for Jeff to go back to work.
Can I bring my plants?
Oh,
It'll give the dog something to eat.
it's time to end. I got to go hash this one out, so.
Oh, hardly.
All right.
Go watch.
All right, guys. Cool. Thanks, everyone. Sorry, we'll be at
Thank
it
you.
next week, and we'll get her figured out. But
Yeah,
I think
thanks for the chat room. That was fun. I love the chat room, even though I spent most of my time messing with it.
Chat room was good.
That was very good.
Very
Hopefully
cool.
we can let's break our record next week. We had 16. Let's get like
17.
5. Yeah, 17.
Next week I'll make sure I'm in the right chat room.
Way to aim high. Next
Yeah. Hey, optimism is what I'm all about.
Alrighty.
All right, later, guys.
All right.
Stay classy,
See ya.
homie.
Yeah.